I learned a little bit later in my life that it's a business, because we had the Granby camps, and at one point about 15 years ago, our Granby camps were generating about $1 million gross revenue per year. So it was a big business, and it was very different from what every other camp had to offer. Very, very different. So I was fortunate not only to basically been born and raised in the Granby system, but also, I used to go up and I drive to we call him Old Man Barton, but Billy Barton Sr. He's the one who invented the Granby. He coached at Granby High School, won 22 23 team state titles. So he had this farmhouse. We used to drive out there on the weekend, and it was torture because we would start drilling and we would not stop. I'm talking 4, 5, 6 hours. I mean, it was just hot, no air conditioning in this garage with these thin little blue mats, and we used to have a camera on us, and we would just drill and drill and drill. So, long story short, my background on bottom, for me, it just always clicked. And then, in college, I just would always get out. You can't really roll anyone in college, but in high school, I think it's a difference maker. I mean, there was a number of matches that I personally won because I was able to secure, 4 or 5 points from bottom, which is huge. If you can score 5 points, I mean, that's, we got to the point where people just cut us. They wouldn't even ride us. Even now in the room, some of the college guys jump on me, and they're just like, no, not worth it. Let's just wrestle on our feet. So it does take a little bit of work, but it is a system. I think they're, for a lot of teams that don't want to spend the time on bottom, that don't want to, maybe necessarily put in the 10,000 hours it takes to learn every detail of every single hold, I think a lot of this stuff is still great because it just teaches you how to move on bottom. I struggled a little bit, not to call anyone out, but yeah, the school I was coaching at the last couple of years, I struggled a little bit. I kind of butted heads a little bit with the head coach, and this is probably the only thing we butt heads on, but he was like, just figure it out. Just get off bottom. Just, if your life depended on get off bottom. I'm like, no, man, it's not that easy. People are good on top. They're going to hold you down unless you know what to do. And still, we stand up in college. We get to our feet and get one, but I'll just go over a couple different things here on bottom with you guys. And you'll notice that a lot of the stuff is very similar, going one way, going the other way, and then we'll try to force some rolls here. So hopefully this little guy can keep up with me. I'm gonna start going. I'm gonna go pretty quick, and then these guys will get it on film. And if you want, at the tail end when we break for lunch, if you want me to send you some stuff, I'll send you a lot of this stuff that I just have on film on my computer, so I can email it to you. That way you guys can, maybe watch it on your own as well. I don't know if you'll have this film here as well too. So we'll just we'll go ahead and get started. So basically, when you start, we always teach working backwards. So we'll start with the finish, and then we'll come to where we're starting. So the first drill we do is just a tripod drill. We literally start on our head and our feet here. Okay, partner's gonna go down. Head, okay, feet. You gotta get our butt high. Walk feet in. Head on the mat, work your feet in. There you go. You want your butt as high as possible. Right hand's going to be on your belly button. Okay, that's where you have the wrist. And left hand, this is extremely important. Okay, this right here, this flag is probably the key on bottom into getting out because this is going to stop me from stepping over this guy. So the first drill we do is just by yourself, tripod drill. Okay, he's going to back out to his right. Ready, go. Back out, back out, back out, back out. Freeze. And then he's going to sit. Ready, go. Sit. Boom. Right here. Go again. So tripod up, back out to your right, back out, and sit. Boom, right here. So now we'll partner up. Go down. So he tripods up. Partner's going to come in, feed him his wrist. Okay, now it's very, very important for the partner to react properly. Okay, so this guy can learn it. We'll give him our wrist here. Got my wrist. Okay. Now as he backs out, I'm going right in the mat, and I'm just freeze, and I'm just going to follow. Okay, go ahead, back out. I'm just going to try to stay hip to hip. And then when he sits, he'll sit. No, by the way. When he sits, boom, I'm just going to follow him right here. So jump on top. So I'm here, relax a little bit, get you right in the mat. Okay, he's gonna follow. I back out, back out, back out. I sit here, boom. Now when we land in this Granby position, our arm is gonna catch his leg on the outside. Reason being is this is just as secure as this. We just don't have time to reach inside. So if we rewind here, our arm is already on the outside. So as we sit, I'm just gonna go thumbs up, and I'm gonna capture this leg on the outside. This is a good hold. Typically I like to go elbow deep, jam the wrist. Okay, right here. Now we're looking for near fall. This is really tight. Wrestle a little bit. Okay, really tight here. Okay, break. So one more time. He's on top. I'm just going to tripod up here. I'm going to get my arm up. I'm going to find his wrist. Partner has his right knee in the mat. I'm going to back out about a half a turn. And then as I sit, capture the leg right on the outside. So this is typically our finish for most of these. So then moving on. When you go fast in a match, you're not really spinning on your head. It's just going to be head shoulder. So we call this a shoulder back out.
I'm here on my tripod. I'm going to take one shuffle step, and then my right shoulder, boom, goes to the mat. This is good for the big guys, the guys that don't have strong decks. So my shoulder back out is essentially the same as my tripod. One shuffle step, boom, I got to keep this arm tight, and I catch this guy over. So what happens if he doesn't follow? Well, you'll just get an arm switch for 2 or for 1. But for us, we're a little bit greedy on bottom. So to get this man to follow, you have to tighten that arm up. Okay? I always say past the belly button. The tighter I get that arm, the higher percent chance I have for him to roll. So, boom, back out, shoulder back out. Tighten this arm up. I'm not worried about this. Tighten the arm up. Boom, right here. This guy will follow. Catch the leg on the outside, looking for near fall. So now working backwards, the basic knee shrug. It's not a sit-out turn-in, okay? It's not a Peterson, okay? We call this a knee shrug. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear our hips. So we're going to go on 1, we're going to step our right foot up. We're going to tuck our left toe so he doesn't hook my ankle. On 2, as I clear my hips, I have to cover ground. We'll push off my left hand, and I'm going to cover ground with my left knee, and just try to create space. Boom, right here. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I'm nice and tight. Okay, this guy goes to follow. I bring my nose over my bicep to my left knee, big step right foot, tripod back out, shoulder back out, roll. Right here. So by myself, it's going to go 1 on 2. So if I'm on this tape line, you want your guys to cover ground. You cannot turn in, he's going to follow you. So you go 1, boom, cover ground. Cover ground. As he starts to make up time, I bring my nose over my bicep to my left knee, big step right foot, tripod back out, shoulder back up and roll. So with the partner, right here. That's what it looks like in medium speed. It's a basic knee shrug, slow. 1, 2, cover ground. Stay nice and tight. Now, I don't grab the wrist until I'm upside down in a tripod. No need to go here, especially off the whistle. So one of the biggest habits that we have to break typically, jump on, is here. Because he's going to cross wrist us. Boom, okay? And it just slows you down. You don't need that wrist. The wrist will be there, I promise you. If it's not, if I'm here, take the wrist off. Then I'm out anyhow, okay? Or if he drops to an ankle, I got to go to something different. But he'll be around the waist. I go nose over my bicep to my left knee, big step right foot, turn back. Shoulder back down and roll. So that's the basic of all basics. Everything typically comes back to that. Then we can also do as well. So next step, what we do is we start troubleshooting. So this man lines up on the wrong side. So he's on the wrong side. Let's go this way. Okay, we're going to change over. So our changeover, I've seen a lot of changeovers in my day. I've seen power changeovers. I've seen a bunch of stuff, but for me and for us, all we do is go right hand to left foot up. On 2, we slide our right knee through, left hand weight to the crowd. Boom. We just commit to our left hip. That's it. It's very, very simple. We don't need to overcomplicate things on bottom. He's on my wrong side. I want to get up to the right side. Change over here. I'm initiating. Now from here, what we'll do is we'll push off our left hand, roll me back. I'll finish. Oh, he didn't roll. I didn't have the arm tight enough. So boom, change over. Okay, the next troubleshoot is if a lot of times what we found is on bottom when we get moving, and I call this a stall ride. It's actually a pretty good ride, is when they hook our ankle. They hook our ankle here, and they sit on it, and they act like they're spiraling. You know, it's a good ride. It's a stall ride, but it's good. So for us to clear our foot, spin around. For us to clear our foot here, what we're going to do is we're going to go left hand to right, right foot up. 2, very important, I have to rotate my butt into this man's hip pocket. I pressure back until his knee comes off the mat. Boom. Once his knee's up, now I can point my left toe, I can limp leg, boom, and then I can boom, roll. So a little bit quicker. Don't blink, I'm pretty quick. Just blink. One more time. So left hand to right, right foot up, I rotate, I pressure back, I limp leg, and this one is just toe, elbow, head, step. Toe, elbow, head, step, back out, shoulder back out, and roll. So all of these, again, are the same finish. It's just a basic, we call it a shrug or a hey Granby. A lot of people call it hey Granbys. So moving on, so next troubleshoot is when this guy just jumps up to a hard spiral ride. Ready, go. Other side, go right side. He jumps up here, I have to brace. Reset. Then you're kind of strong for a little bit. Nice. We're good. That's not hurting me. Probably kind of hurt me, man. Okay, he jumps up to a spiral rod. I'm gonna brace, reset. My goal is for him to slip over my back. Go down. Here's what I want you to do. When I say hit, I want you to brace, and I want you to roll your back like a cat. There you go. Brace, right here. Reset. Keep your head up, though. Ready? Brace, boom. He bows his back, reset. So this guy jumps to a spiral, ready, brace. Boom, I want them slipping high, right here. Okay, slipping. Ready, and go. Brace right here, he slips. Now I'm gonna windshield wiper my left arm, bring my nose to my left knee, boom, big step, right foot, back out, shoulder back out, and roll. We just call this a spiral shrug. The brace is key. If he doesn't slip, you're not gonna be able to cut under him. Ready, and go. Oh, right here, that's what I want. I'm pushing back. Okay, I'm pushing back with my left haunch, windshield wiper that left knee, nose over my bicep to my left knee, big step, right foot, back out. Shoulder back out and roll. So one time quick. I haven't done this much bottom work in a minute. Ready? And go. Catch him on. There's my arm switch. I'll actually go back in. I'll force this forward. We'll get into that in a moment. Gotta get greedy on bottom. Have to. So that's our spiral shrug. Brace. He slips. Boom. We got right under him. So those are probably the most common. Changeover is going to be huge, because I think that gets the motion going. But here's what I do. Change over, change back over. I mean, I don't want to get motion for the sake of getting motion. That's silly. I want to get the heck out. My last year of wrestling, I think my average riding time against me, if I went down first, was less than 5 seconds. Because you almost you gotta freak out a little bit, but you gotta know what to do. So now what we do, instead of our head shrug, we call this a high-low, and basically it's like a shrug on steroids. It's the same mechanics, except instead of putting my head in the mat, I'm just gonna flip through. Okay, ready to follow? I'm just gonna flip through, right here. Same mechanics, you have to have forward pressure. If this guy's chopping, you can go off the whistle. Against the state champs, he's probably gonna let us go. Just let me go. We tie low for one, right? Push out, we wrestle. Gets the guys that are chopping, they wanna hold me. Okay, he chops, right here, follows through. So you can finish with the high-low with all of these mechanics, on bottom. So he hooks my ankle. Actually, go wrong side. You're wrong side. No, just line up wrong side. Change over. So change over. Flip through. He hooks my ankle. Flip leg. Come through. You can't really go in the spiral. Spiral, you gotta cut under. So that's essentially probably the basic of all basic stuff. So continuing with the troubleshoot, a lot of times our guys will find themselves on their butt, right here. The one, no, yeah, just stand on these. Yeah. Here, back up a bit. Yeah, right here, just like the rest. Okay, a lot of times, right hand around the waist, left hand underhook, we have to take the fight to him. Okay, we call this the second level. Our butt is the first level, second level is our knee, third level is on our feet. So from here, again, you don't want to grab the wrist because they'll get us. And it's just going to slow us down. So we're going to pinch, reach up, find 4 fingers, right foot, left hand on 1, 2, butt up, 3, we're going to bring our knee back, past his knee. Now we're in position. Once you wipe our nose from my knee, back out, short, back out, roll. So we just call this second level. He's here, pinch, trap, and you got to go. You can't hang out on your butt. I'm okay if you sit out, but you got to go. The longer you hang, okay, the more trouble you're going to get in. So you pinch, you find, right foot, left hand, 2, butt up, 3, knee back, windshield wiper, nose over my left bicep to my left knee, big step, right foot, tripod, back down, short, back down, roll. I like this second level a lot because it gives you options. And you're going to find yourself there more so than you think. So whether I sit out off the whistle and I go, or he's on the wrong side, I change over, he's got an underhook, I gotta go second level. I can't turn in here, so I go right foot, left hand, find 4 fingers, butt up, knee back. Same thing, if I limp leg out, ankle, limp leg out, I hit my butt, he underhooks. 1, take it 2. Coolest thing about the second level, I think, is that you can also stand up. This is the one stand up we do, but when we stood up, we had to usually try something else. But on our butt here, and I go right for left hand, 2 butt up, 3D back. We rotate, back pressure, hip pressure is back in. We'll stand up, we'll fight left, and cut right. So again, same steps, butt up, knee back, and rotate. Sit on my haunch here. Heads up, I back pressure, hip pressure's in. Stand up, I fight left, and I cut right. One of my favorite stand-ups. After that, I mean, I still do it all the time today. Once we get to our feet, there's also a couple other options. So I'm here. I'm not big on the standing Granby. I think it's dangerous. We've had a couple guys have some neck injuries, so a couple different options. Standing Wayne's roll. He's behind. His hands are locked. I'm going to fake a standing switch. He reacts. I'm going to rotate, level change, capture the wrist. Boom, right here. And I'm going to come right through. He has to unlock his hands. So we get up to our feet. Hands are locked. Can't quite. Take the switch. Rotate on the balls of my toes. Level change. Okay. Don't hook the elbow. That's the jelly roll. We want to grab the wrist. Left thumb up. Boom. Right knee, right elbow. Take him through. Immediately left hip down. Jam the wrist. Keep the far leg. That's a good little sneak attack. Very, very good, because most people, if they're trying to lift you, if they're pressuring forward, they're going to fall right into it. Standing switch, same thing. A little 41 pounder that I coached for a couple of years ended up doing okay for himself. He was very, very good at very few things, which I think at the college level, you almost have to be. In high school, you show them a lot to kind of see who is where, but by the time we get them, they're typically pretty darn good in a couple positions. So, our little 41 pounder, standing switch. You just get to his feet, and he hit it on everyone. Ended up making it to the NCAA Division I National Finals with 3 things: a sweep single, a standing switch, and then on top he would just spiral ride and look for false cradles, and that was it. But he eliminated all mistakes. That's what was key for him. He was very, very hard to score on. He was very, very hard to ride. So this was his deal right here on bottom. Okay, he'd get to his feet, and he would just cover ground. Okay. Can't get, as long as you stay on the mat, you can't run off the mat. Maybe that's fleeing the mat. But when he got to his feet, he literally would create so much momentum. Then he would go to a standing switch, and he would use his outside leg to trip. So he falls, boom, trips, boom. Okay, you're gonna let go. You're gonna get smashed. Explodes up to his feet. Guys, hands are locked. He's just 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4, 5. As I fall, relaxing slow. As I fall here, he trips the outside foot, literally smashes this dude's head in the mat, and then the better guys are just gonna, boom, and he would get his 1. So standing switch. I wasn't a big fan until I saw this kid do it. Then through the years, I've had a couple kids. Good little sneak attack, especially if they got good hips. It's a little bit quicker. Just a little bit. Right here. And then he's gonna back up. And if you catch them good, their head smashes right into the mat. If you are going to do the standing Granby, which, it looks good, it's really a camp hold is what it is. Not too many guys have a lot of success with it. Most people are going standing Wayne's roll. But if you are going to teach it, make sure they put their hands in the mat, because I don't want them jumping and trying to flip through. Okay, so what I'll do is when we teach them, we'll rotate our hips out. We'll go both hands in the mat here. And we'll just hit our high-low. So essentially, it's just a standing high-low. We're here. A lot of times he'll lift me up. Boom, he puts me down. Hit the mat. And I come right through. Again, against the better guys, it's probably going to be for 1. When I flip through, he lifts me up. He puts me down. 1, 2. No, don't follow. This one. So when I flip, he's released. He really wants to get rolled today. He's trying to give me 5 points. Right here. That's what happens. Push out. Wrestle for 1. So, then some more troubleshooting. Again, I'm just kind of spitballing here. I'm going to show you guys everything I got. I'm not holding back any secrets. Crab ride defense. We're here. I sit out. He pulls me to a crab. Sit your butt. Sit your butt. There you go. Crab ride right here. Good leggers. We all get stuck in here, including myself, all the time. First off, you have to stay in a ball. We grab our own knees and we lean forward. If we get extended, we're going to get turned. I don't care about the hands, okay? If you notice all of this bottom work, there was 0 hand fighting going on. I don't need all this. Wasted time. I need my body to get out of this hip pocket. Grab my knees, I lean forward. So what we do is we're gonna take our left foot, we have to attack one side. Left foot is gonna step over all 3 feet, right here. I'm gonna step all the way over, it's just easier. Too hard to get your heels in. So step all the way over, boom, heels to the butt. Take my left hand, thumbs down, I'm gonna attack the shoelaces. Not the foot, not the sole. Thumbs down, shoelaces, right hand's gonna go on the knee. Now, big misconception is people try to jump out of the hip pocket from here. Okay, if I do that, he's just gonna knee up and he's just gonna be behind me. Great, I'm out of the crab, but I'm not putting myself in position to score. So, he's in the crab, I grab my knees, I'm leaning forward, I'm nice and tight. Left foot steps over all 3, heels in. Left hand thumbs down, capture the shoelaces. Right hand, place it on the knee, do nothing yet, okay? We want to commit all the way to our right shoulder. Boom! My right shoulder hits the mat. Now I'll begin my push-pull. I'll push on the knee with my right hand, I'll pull, okay? I'll tweak his knee a little bit, not trying to hurt him, but I got to push-pull here. Then I'm going to take 2 to 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. I'm out of his hip pocket, turn to his feet. Always turn to his feet here, okay? Wrestling into him. Never want to turn to his head. Can't get greedy, okay? If I'm here and I get out of his hip pocket, even if his head's right there, some of your young bucks are going to want to do this. No, sir. Absolutely not. Okay, turn to the feet, wrestle for 2. Right here. Knee bellies, other way. You turn down. Right into him. So one more time, a little bit quicker. Sometimes I talk fast. So, okay, left foot, step over the right, heels back, left hand, thumbs down, find the shoelaces, right hand on the knee, commit all the way to your right shoulder, push, pull, walk, pull, turn to the knee. Wrestling into him. This one's almost a must. That's a must-have. It has nothing to do with Granby. It's just what we do in the crab. It's a must. I hate leg defense. It's kind of hard. There's no magic formula to getting out at all. What we had some success with, we call it Granby out of legs. You gotta be careful. You gotta be a little bit savvy in there. If you are gonna Granby out of legs, put the side boot in. Okay? We push up. You have to do opposite side Granby. Your only goal is to smash his face in the mat. Okay? You don't want to hurt him. Okay, but you want to get his head to hit the mat so you can kind of buck out. But we'll go butt up here. Okay, go low power half. We'll go slow here because I don't want to hurt this dude. But as we Granby here, boom, his head smashes in the mat. Then we Granby through, and it's almost a buck. And we slide back. It's very hard to do slow. Protect your head, okay? All right? I don't want to knock you out. I've done this for 5 years. I kick, and I wrestle through. Cool thing about this one is if you don't get out, at least it loosens it up. At least it loosens it up. Okay, then you can go to stage 2. I'll tell you what I do, and what we do as a team, is that leg comes in, immediately from our base, we have to get to our feet. Is it avoiding wrestling? Absolutely, okay? But at least it gives us an option to either restart, or maybe we can pry the leg out. So as soon as he throws that boot in, as long as I'm not flat, I walk my hands back first, okay? Rotate my butt up, walk my hands back. My far hand is going to pry the knee out, near side, left elbow comes inner thigh, and I'm just going to pry, and I'm going to kind of shake, and I want to get his leg below my knee, then I can step out, and then I try to wrestle. If it doesn't come out, typically it's a stalemate. You come up 2 or 3 times, it might be stalling, but at least it gives you a fresh start against the best guys. Other than that, I'm not trying to roll around. You know, I'm not trying to sit here and give him his, I mean, this is just tough. Like all this foot fight crap, it doesn't work against the good guys, okay? It's very, very tough. Unless you got some sneak attack I don't know about, like your heels, okay? People try to sit, try to swim, you're gonna get your arms ripped off. If that leg comes in and I'm flat, you can see here, I gotta hide my arms, wrestle a little bit. Boom, I gotta get a base. Here, try to rotate up. Right here. That's our only option, that's all we do, bottom line, for leg defense. That's just a tough situation. Don't let the legs in, right? They're gonna come in. They're gonna come in. So, I think you have to get to your feet. How am I doing on time? Anyone got time?
Yeah, you got 20.
I got 20 minutes? Oh man, it's time for 100 more holds. Do I have to stay on bottom? No, I got plenty down here. So, crab right defense, leg defense, tight waist. We're just troubleshooting here, giving you different options. This man's got long arms, tight waist, right here. Okay, never ever do I want to sit into a tight waist because he's just going to sink it deeper, run me over my arm, boom, or cheek tilt. Reset. We have to go against. Freeze. As soon as he gets that tight waist, we call this a power sit. I'm going to go right hand to the left. I'm going to rotate my left knee up, try to run the tight waist right here, and I got to go this, boom.
right here. Power sitting in my left hip. Now I have options. I can second level, boom, Granby, second level stand up, or come through. That side waist comes in, I gotta go against it here. Here's where I get my power. Set. Here's where I get my power. Freeze. That's tight. Stay there. I have to maneuver my hands, but more importantly, my feet. Okay? I'm not sitting out, but I'm taking my feet here. Taking my feet right here. And I'm going into them. I'm not going away. I'm not going away. I'm going into them with my left elbow. Knock them off here. Keep it sideways. Keep it sideways. Keep it. Right here. Boom. Let me come through. Power sit. What happens if they switch tight waist? Well, I think you have to switch sides. You have to go the other way. So, no, start regular. Slow here. I start to power sit. The best guys are going to feel it. Whoop. They slip. Now I can go to my long sit. I have to ask a favor. Will someone record this one on my phone? Because one of my buddies back home was asking me for this, and I haven't showed it in years. And I promised him I'd send it to him. Hopefully he has some memory. Perfect. Hopefully I got enough in there. So, we just call this a long sit. So this, everyone's kind of got their trick hold. This was my trick hold when I was competing my last couple years. Matter of fact, I did it one time and I got out so quick. It was the round of 12 at NCAA's. I remember it specifically because Terry Brands was in my corner and Tommy Ryan was coaching at Hofstra for the time. And I was wrestling Petrovich, who ended up being a two-time All-American. Would have been a three-timer if it wasn't for that match. But he lined up, second period. The riding time was on 0. No, stop cheating. Riding time was on 0. I got out so fast, it was less than a second. The riding time was still 0. And Tommy Ryan was like, what the heck? Why is it on 0? Terry Brands was like, that's right, he's that fast. It wasn't that I was that fast. It was I knew what to do. I knew this guy was all forward pressure, so I had to get my hips out. Again, it's about creating a gap. So I'm here, off my right toe, I'm gonna push off my right toe, and I just call it sliding into home base. Right foot, left hand, okay, don't move yet. I'm going to go here, and I commit all the way down, okay, to my left shoulder, my left hip, just for a split second, because I'm sliding into home base here. As he makes up ground, freeze, I'm gonna post up with my left elbow, and I'm just gonna hit my sternum. Almost like a roll, but on the better guys, you post out.
I used to do that so much.
So, one time quick, so right through. It's just full commitment. The reason it works is because you're covering so much ground and you're clearing your hips just like anything else on bottom. So he's on top, slow. You got to get ready. Okay, sprinter start. As I project forward, I don't have time to step. I just push from where I'm at. As I project myself forward, I'm literally trying to hit the tip of the mat here. But of course, I don't spend any time here. I'm just committed all the way down, so this guy feels like he lost me. So now he's not even thinking about his stop work. He's thinking about not letting me go. He starts to recover. Boom. I come through right here. So that was a long sit. The coolest thing is you can do it from anywhere. So then I was wrestling guys multiple times, obviously, so they would line up on the wrong side. But what they didn't know, I was actually better at this on the wrong side than I was on the regular. Because I'm so used to people lining up on this side. Same deal. Pushing off that left toe, boom, here, and just cutting through. And wrestling for one. Very hard to hold them, especially when you're a little bit sweaty. So that's the long sit. And again, there's really no repercussions on that one. If you don't get out, the ones I didn't get out right away are the ones that just went double underhooks. Ready to go, double underhooks? Here. It was almost like I was going to get sucked back. So what we have to do is we just have to try to go the other way. And this hand finds the face. Boom, right there. And I'm out. So it's left and then right. So right here. I'm almost getting sucked back. I have to get all my momentum, wait for the crowd, find the face. That's completely legal, right? Just stay out of his eyes. Yes, maybe. So same thing with the tight waist. He tight waist me here. I go to rotate. He switches. As he switches, boom. I go straight to my long sit. Go straight to it. It's almost like, kind of weird. You guys look at me like this dude's nuts. We're never doing that. So, I'm gonna get some water. We got a couple minutes left. All right, I got a couple more for you.